Today we're here with Lukas Sieper on his 448th day being here a member of the European Parliament and as the leader and founder of Party of Progress in Germany.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. So firstly, I would like to ask how the party came to be and what were some needs or moments in your life that led you to the creation of the party.
So I was a bit frustrated together with my friends about how politics work and how the big democratic parties feel a little bit detached from everyday life of the people, and how also the people lose trust and then go to extremists and populists basically. And then we were sitting together drinking beer in our student flat, and out of a joke, we wrote down 15 ideas, which the greatest party of all time, of course, would have. And then the next day, when we were sober, we looked at the paper and we said, "Oh, that's not so bad. Why not found a party?"
Okay, this is a great story.
Thank you.
And if you had to choose 5 words to describe your party, could you pick 5? Which one would you pick?
So definitely pragmatic, basic democratic, young, digitalized, and pro-democratic.
Okay, thank you. That's very interesting. One of your mottos is ideas instead of ideologies,
Yes.
right? Which is also pretty unusual for our political parties. Would you like to delve into it and explain how that plays out in everyday life in the European Parliament?
So ideas instead of ideologies basically comes from our pragmatic values and pragmatic view, because we believe that inside the democratic spectrum, yeah, fuck those guys, but inside the democratic spectrum you don't have automatically bad ideas. There are good ideas within the social democrat, liberal, green and conservative camp. And often those different camps disagree out of ideology. So the conservatives automatically say no, just because an idea is coming from the Greens, or elsewhere the Social Democrats automatically say yes because it's coming from the Liberals and they see them as friends. So without thinking, without really taking into consideration if the ideas are good or bad, people say yes or no based on ideologies. And we think this is wrong because this leads to a lot of great ideas being pushed from the table and a lot of bad ideas coming through. And that's why we say you have to take every single matter into consideration. So in the everyday life in the European Parliament, this makes everything way more complicated because you really have to look at every issue individually, but it also leads to voting behavior where I more or less vote yes or no with all 4 democratic groups equally.
Because you're non-affiliated, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And we also saw that we are an organization that defends the fundamental freedoms, and so we really appreciate your advocacy also on human rights and especially on LGBTQ plus communities. And I wanted to ask as well, what do you believe should be Europe's next steps on the LGBTQ community rights defense?
So I think that first and foremost the Commission should put more effort into actually punishing member states who chip away these rights, especially Hungary. There have been good steps made, but it's way not enough. I think that we need to put more money again into prevention of hate crimes, and I think that we should shift more power to the European judiciary when it comes to the persecution of hate crimes under criminal law.
It's very interesting. Also, Lukas is 28 years old and is one of the youngest deputies inside, and also one of the most active ones inside the parliament, and very active in the European youth events as well. What do you believe as a young member of the parliament is your role in representing the youth, and what is your office and what are you personally working on in order to integrate the new generations and the young Europeans also through internships
So I think my first and most important role is to show young people that they can actually end up as an MEP, because we have only 13 MEPs under the age of 30 out of 720. So I want to be an example there. I think also I can push for more digital competence within the institution by explaining to more experienced MEPs how the digital realm works. And what we do on our party side is, on the one hand, we give access to decision making for all people through our digital platforms, which then are of course more used by young people. We let people help writing my speeches on social media, and we have a very big internship program which aims to include young people with basically unlimited positions. So if you're looking for an internship, you can apply.
Are you looking right now for
Yes,
interns?
we are looking right
Okay.
now for policy, social media, administration, research, basically everything. So because I believe that giving young people the possibility to work in this institution is the best thing that you can do to include young voices within European politics.
Yeah, thank you. And is German language required to
No,
apply?
not at all.
Okay, good to know. And now also with the EU skepticism rising, especially in German, on also young generation, do you have a message for the young Europeans that are trying to get closer maybe to the institutions or not?
It's worth it because we cannot give up this fight right now. We are a little bit on the back foot, but if we stick together and if we storm the institutions on an administrative level, not literally, then we can turn Europe around and work together for a brighter future.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good.